So welcome. This is me. I'm Linda Simpson, and my work in life I have called Neutralizing with Love. That's what I do. That's how I do my work. And it was funny, as I was sitting here in the last few minutes, my brain wanted to go, "You're doing this, you're doing that," and my source, my divine connection, which I call my team, if you ever hear me saying that, we're saying, we're with you, it's okay. You know the parameters of what you want to talk about, and we will speak to your listeners. And I love that that can happen. I just love that. And they want me to say, they're just coming through really powerful. They want me to say that we're all supremely powerful human beings, and we denigrate ourselves by our categorizing and our quantifying. They're not my words, they're gifted to us, to me, because I do it too. Darn gremlins, can you all confirm that you can hear me? Because one of the biggest things, apart from, cool, okay, this is weird. I'm not the headphone person. But anyway, we'll cope. I'm so glad. Hey Gwendolyn, nice to meet you here. So the message was, and it was given to me in my meditation, and this is the third time I've tried to say it, is that you're super powerful. You're a powerful, intuitive being. You're a powerful healer, and just be that person. And this comes to me, I don't know what you guys do in your world, but this comes to me as I have removed myself from a lot of the social media things, because I didn't like the competition. I know it's not everywhere, I'm not saying that. I just didn't like what felt like competition, what felt like just words so that they could make a business happen. And I needed to step away from that. And it was a bit scary. And just at that time, I found this family here in Insight Timer. So for me, this has been a landing of love. It's embraced me, and I've had, and the thank you to anyone who has ever listened to me and given me a donation. I always thank you with words, but I've been heard here. And that's one of the things about being a sensitive human being, is that you're not feeling heard most of the time, and not seen, that's another one. So my first stage of wanting to find out more about you, like, do you all feel the weight of being a sensitive in this like harsh earthy world? Yeah. And the thing I wrote, I don't have notes, I'm not allowed them. But one thing I did write was, I have friends that consider me fragile, and I know it's because they love me, but I don't want to be fragile. I don't want to be. I remember, this is a story I've told many times, but it gives you clarity of who I am, and you've probably gone through some. Because of who I am and because of who you are, there aren't many guru type people or people who offer new wisdom who you felt drawn to for any singular amount of time. Like, you might go to them and find the message, and then the message is gone, like it's done, you're done with them. And so it was probably at the turn of the century, I connected through to Saint Germain really strongly, and him and some other beautiful beings were guiding me and teaching me. So I would go into meditation with them. But the thing that I had learnt just as we started connecting was that the thing that the archangels and the angels that have lived here on earth, the thing they miss the most is the tactileness of earth. And I got given two clear things, was that they missed the smell and the taste of coffee. And one of them was very clear about missing pizza. And so I couldn't do much about the pizza at morning tea in the suburbs, but I used to make coffee, and I would breathe it to them have my coffee, and then just sit and meditate with them. And I learnt such a lot that way. I learnt to hear and to be. And that's taken me forward to here, knowing that I have my connection to Saint Germain. That's a name that I've been given to someone who feels like my brother. And that doesn't make me more or less. It just makes it so that you got to know that you've got those people around you, those friends around you. And Saint Germain showed me, he said, when we chose to come here, that was really at the beginning of our association, he showed me that all of our lives run concurrently. So to benefit other lives, to benefit the world shift, we need to dissolve some of the, or neutralize is the word I use, some of the stuff that's come through, some of the angsty stuff, some of the patriarchal overbearing power stuff. And I'm not going to go down that path, I'm just saying to come back into love. And when you come into love, this isn't a lecture, this is just me saying, when you come into love, you actually, you add to your power, and that just offers you so much more. And when you look at somebody trying hard to be spiritual and teach people all of those things that are kind of not, they don't ring true to you, and you just know that you might be there to listen, and you might get that one thing from it, which is all I've ever asked for if I'm listening to somebody speak. But in the end, you look at it and you go, no, you see, they're not speaking from their heart. They're not speaking their own truth. And again, those words have become kind of bandied around a fair bit. But in the end, when you talk from your heart, then that's who you are. And as a sensitive, coming back to that point, as a sensitive, you really find it hard to be publicized, hey? And one of the things that it comes back to is, I think, a feeling of worthiness. And I'm not saying that you don't feel worthy. I'm saying that somewhere underneath, you've been negated with love. There's a beautiful friend who goes places, and she now doesn't ask me to go anywhere with her because I'm fragile. And there's a part of me that really gets angsty about that. I don't want to be princessy. I want to be Linda. I want to be the powerful being that I am in my love, in my sensitivities. And so I work on what I want you to think about. I work on knowing me so well that I don't hide from me anymore. I work on knowing me so well that my light shines so bright that the things you think might affect you don't come in anymore. I build my energy up with love so big that it'll cross over with people on the perimeter of my energy rather than that angsty, muddy energy coming through to here. And that's so simple. So what can you do about it specifically? So, do any of you have those beautiful friends who treat you with love? I know it's with love, but as a fragile person, as a person who needs help in this big wide world. And I've just got a note here to tell you, I'm working on a meditation for creating a permeable light body integration. I don't want to use combative words for anything that I do, because that they have the energy of combat. So I don't like to use protection. I prefer to use a loving space, or something that infers that you're holding your own space. And so actually getting to know you was where I was going to go next. Let me just look here. Yeah, I wrote here that I longed for the ability to endure another's energies. And endure is such a dumb word, isn't it? Because we should live here. We should. Do any of you actually feel that you've got top marks at being a hermit? Will you tell me? And if I haven't said it so you can hear it, I'd love for this to be a conversation, not just me talking at you. If you have a question that you would specifically, yeah, but Faye, they are in their own way. Faye just asked here if they really are friends. I believe they are in their own way, and how they see you is how they love you. And it's a complex situation. Oh, I'm sure that there are people who aren't friends, who would decide that you were woo-woo or whatever they decide that you are. But the thing behind that I've just reminded myself of is it's your power and your shine that make them be that. I agree, Dawn. Everyone said to me about being the hermit. People have said, oh, this thing that's happened this last few years has just been horrid. I'm like, Dawn, I rock it. Actually, that comes to a place that you just sparked that thought about one thing that you can do to make having to leave your space easier. And that is to create your space so beautifully as a part of you, your home space. And if you share a home, your own space, your bedroom space. But to make that such a part of you that it comes with you on sort of, I see mine as a little umbilical cord that is just a part of me. It's my vortex of love here in my home, and it's a part of me, and there's this little drifty connector, probably like people talk about with astral projection, which I haven't deliberately done. But yeah, that kind of feeling is that my home, and it delivers love along that little. Do you get that picture? So you're in your own happy bubble going out to work or shops or whatever you've got to do for your day, take the kids to school, and your home energy, your home love is drip feeding you the love that you need to keep you strong. It's so cool. I've been given a whole heap of things to say out loud to you that I do here for myself. One of the really biggest things to me, and I might have said this earlier, but I'm saying it again, is get to know you so well, that when someone's affecting you, you're not lying on the floor smashed because of it before you get it. You're actually, you feel it. I feel it sometimes, like I'll just feel a little wave now of uncomfortableness through my tummy, through my gut part, below my, I suppose that's your sacral, isn't it, if you're looking at chakras. And I look at it and I go, that's not mine. Because when I'm angsty myself, it affects other parts. Or when other people affect me, or other beings or other energy, it affects my tummy. So I then drop love into my tummy. So close your eyes and have a think. If you are upset at you, if you are upset emotionally about something, or if it's you, where does it feel in your body? Can you type it in if you feel like it, so as that another person might get a gleaning of what happens? Because if we all share, I have found that if we all share, I've learnt so much just by somebody else saying one sentence, and they weren't the speaker. So, and the other thing to think about is if you think of a person that prods your energy negatively, where does that land? Yes, soul, that's what I'm saying, Debbie. For us, it's more, incoming. I yawn when the team are wanting to confirm something, so just bear with me on that one. When divine source comes through, I yawn. Mine, my chest tightens, and it's the upper body through your whole system, April. Oh, that's when you're depressed through your whole system. I would say, and I have to say actually out loud right now, that I'm not here to heal. I'm not the person to do that. I'm just here to help you find out more about yourself. But when your whole system goes into depression, that's because whatever's come in has been allowed to, I'm getting the picture of it like pinging through your whole system, through your meridians, through all your atoms. So one of the things I do, and that's why I came to do meditations, one of the things I do is I go down to one little atom in my body, one little atom, and I just say, can you talk to everyone and tell them that we don't have to handle this, that we don't have to do this, that we don't have to share this, because atoms share information. That's my picture anyway. And if you talk to one atom, just one, you can do it in a blink. Once you feel it hitting your body, just say to one atom, we don't need to gossip this, we don't need to share that information. Just push it out, breathe it out, and ask that it actually only touches the very edges of your energy field. You don't have to know where your energy field is for this to happen. Your body and your spirit knows where your energy field is. So you just give it permission to touch the edge of your energy field, and then say to your atoms and your heart and your whole system, you can discern from there whether this is for me or not. Did you try doing that while I said it? Because we have to be discerning, and that's why we have to learn who we are. And the more I learnt who I was, the less I spent flat out on the floor feeling absolutely attacked. It was just, a time to get through. But now, with my love energy, I go to the shops by myself. Thanks, Dawn. I know it's a beautiful system. I feel blessed that I have this ability to visualize things like this, and then, like I said, to have found the insight timer and be able to verbalize them to you, because that's what I do when I non-promo talk about my work. But when I'm working with a being, when I'm working with someone, all of my skills come into play, plus all of the divine source, and it just becomes, I want to record each session because it becomes such a joy of just unfolding information of how to help us live here. Because we chose to come here, and I'm darn sure we didn't choose it to be a poverty situation, a hurtful situation. I know that. And actually something came in a little drift away, but still with this plan. Have you seen how little babies see you? You must have. How they look at you and they kind of like unfocus, and they look and they see your energy. I've experienced it for a long time. You can help, yes, April, you can help a sister or a brother who's chosen to come on this journey. You can help them by telepathing to them. They still telepath at that stage. They're really good at it. And all I ever do, I'm getting goosebumps because I'll come back to that story. I'm getting goosebumps because I know that they appreciate us. Because they're us, they're family. Especially if they see you, then they're soul family, I'm sure. So you just telepath to them. I see you. Remember why you came. There's so much love, and there's as much as you can offer them, just offer it to them. Excuse me. Sorry for the throat. I've just gone through an amazing, I call it spiritual cleansing, because I'm not one for describing things of illness. Excuse me a moment. Oh, it's been funny. So yes, use your telepathing skills with the new gorgeous beings. Something that I do when I go shopping, and I have a meditation on it. I'm probably going to do it again because I did the meditation about 4 years ago, and I have better equipment now. It's just called love bubbles. I live my life with love bubbles. was about 2013, and I was gifted the idea of love bubbles as a way of sending out our information, of using love bubbles and having people as love bubble lighthouses to back the love bubbles on up in the matrix of love that covers the earth. So do this with me for a minute. An hour's not enough for what I want to say to you, is that I might have to come back and do this again. Okay, so close your eyes and just breathe, and imagine that when your heart beats, listen to your heart beating, and just imagine that every time it beats, it spills out love bubbles. Every beat makes love bubbles, and the love bubbles fill your body, and they sit on your breath, and every breath sends out love bubbles, and these bubbles fill your energy field. They do it really fast. They fill up your energy field. Every heartbeat, every breath. Make an intention with me now that this is ongoing, bedded into your system. Every heartbeat, every breath generates love bubbles, fills up your energy field. And once they've filled your energy field, the love bubbles leak out. They seep out from the edges of your energy field, and they go off to do love bubble things. So if you have to go around other humans with their heavy energy, and your energy field passes their energy field, then the love bubbles do two obvious things to me. First of all, any negative energy that touches a love bubble becomes love, because love's an equalizer. And leftover love bubbles actually stay in a dense energy field and begin to make progress. So what happens with this process, as your heart's beating and as you're breathing, universal love is flowing as love bubbles out into the atmosphere. And that is why we don't have to use our own love specifically for anyone who dents us. We can just allow the universal love to flow through us, as it always does, on every heartbeat and every breath, intentionally filling your energy field and encouraging the huge leftovers of love to just go and do their job in the universe. Isn't that cool? Did you enjoy that? Oh, you're welcome. Oh, Jeanette, I'm so glad. So getting to know you, now that you've settled, getting to know you more, not in a negative way, that's not what I'm saying. I don't want you to quantify yourself. I just want you to hear what comes out of your mouth. That's a goal, April, to make a meditation track of love bubbles. Yes. Because it just, I keep getting the picture of what I do here. I'm going to tell you that next. So these are, in the world of using the terminology that everyone knows, these are protection mechanisms, but to me, they're neutralizing mechanisms. I'm getting told very clearly to tell you this one, because you can use this skill. And because I've forgotten what I was going to say before that, so we'll come back to that as well. Duh. Okay. Something came to me when I was beginning with love bubbles, and a friend drew some awesome pictures for me about the love bubble relay tower, just batting the love bubbles on. So awesome. And she really likes Harry Potter. I really haven't watched Harry Potter, except to go, yay, more people believing in magic. And she said there was a part in a movie where they had the, oh, good on you, Jeanette. I'll get the meditation up so that you've got a clearer view, but it's a pretty simple one, isn't it? Sorry, retracing, Jeanette's just said she's going to do it with her students. And I've done a children's one because of school for a sensitive, for an empath, would just be interesting, to say the very least. I know all those years ago when I went to school, I think I just chose to be invisible. That's how I handled it. And of course we got, Sekra, awesome. They will get the love bubble thing. Kids just get it. Okay, so actually you'll like this, Jeanette. You'll like this. So what I've done, going back to the Harry Potter thing, Roxanne told me this story about the waterfall of disillusion, which is in one of the Harry Potter films. And because her little boy came through knowing who he was and having connections to me, it was just such an amazing time, which is a whole other conversation which will take ages about how he connected. And if you want to hear about that, I should write down the Julian story. He won't mind me doing that. It's about past lives coming here. And before I start the story, one thing I wanted to say to you out loud is, because now I go so fast, what do you want me to talk about? You getting a gist of who I am and what I bring. So if you want me to talk about something in a live, I'll bring it to the table if I can. So just put it in the comments, or send me a message on Insight. You can do that too. Anyway, so back to this waterfall of disillusion. So what did I do? Well, I sat in meditation and I grew, and I'm in a suburban block with a house and a garage and a driveway, just that normal sort of stuff. And I grew sort of an egg of protection around my entire house and land. And then I thought, Linda, that's a bit selfish. You can spread it. So I did, it's kind of like the light body and then the extended energy. I did that thing at the block. But on the front, like where the postman goes by and where the letterbox is, I ran from corner to corner across the front. I ran a waterfall of love. So it is a screen, a waterfall of love. That's, the intention was that when anyone came through it, that they came as their loving self. So for a lot of people, we're invisible because they don't see love. They walk along the street and they don't see Michael and I sitting out the front with a coffee. They don't see us because the waterfall only allows love. So it's a big screen of waterfall of love. And what happened was I was having a surprise birthday party for Michael. And I invited Michael my husband is a property maintenance dude, and I invited his electrician, and I had met them, and they're in quite a serious, I gathered that quite quickly, so I had to watch my language, quite a serious charismatic Christian church with lots of rules, and probably no crystals and everything. It was quite intense. And I felt that energy when I was there. I had to make my love bubble. But I met her son, he was then probably 9. And he sort of did that thing that kids do when they see you. And he saw my energy and he knew who I was. And he was a watcher, which a lot of empath kids are, aren't they? So I invited this family to share in Michael's surprise birthday, because they're a lovely family. And the morning of the party, I got rounded up and made to sit still and meditate. And it was the little boy, because of where he was living. He had a lot of, I can only use gremlin activity happening. Activity that was stopping him from opening up beyond the mindset of his mum and dad to a mindset of an empath. And so in the meditation, I reached out to him and I just said, you've got a bit of time, take the time. This is how it works here. When you get here, you're going to have to leave those things that are on you behind. You're going to have to come through as you. And I spent quite a bit of time showing him how the waterfall works, showing him that if he didn't want to come, if he wanted to stay as who he was, he needed to have a hissy fit and make his parents stay at home, like pull one and just stay. Anyway, he arrived, and I didn't know about this till after, because I left Michael to go and greet the people and have that time with them. And Michael said he was there for ages. At that time we had a bridge leading over a rock stream coming into the place, and he walked over the bridge and he was just looking. I think he could see all the energy beings in the place, because this is a beautiful place, my place. I'm so happy here. And he walked over, and Michael said he took ages. He took ages to come into the front door. He spent ages by my crystal welcoming area. And he came through, and he went all the way through and out into the garden, and we didn't see him. He just was in the garden until he left. And I put all of this together afterwards, and I thought, it works. And it didn't matter to me in the end. He wrote the story to come and live with his family, I get that. But he had a really clear picture of what love, I get goosebumps when I think about it. He had a clear picture of what love can do. And he can hold that. And that's what you gift babies when you say to them, if they've arrived to a family that doesn't see them as well as they could, then you gift them with your telepathic response of, I love you, I see you, remember why you're here, anything like that. It just makes my heart feel good if we can offer these children an understanding. So yes, Jeanette, I do plan to make a clear meditation for kids. I have done it. It just needs this new me and the new magic that I carry with this Linda. So yeah, what else did I want to tell you? Now, have you thought about okay, I moved on from that too fast. Can you see how you can make the love bubble energy work at your place? Can you see how that would happen for you? Can you see how we don't get as many door knockers as we used to because of what's happened in the last couple of years, but how just generally people visiting you. My delivery guys are amazing. They're beautiful. I don't get any drama. Everything arrives beautifully, and that's all because of the love extenders. I don't know. Love is my superpower. I'm just going to let you know I'm sitting at coming up 40 minutes on the timer, and I don't want to take you over an hour, and I want to spend the last little while doing a heart activation code for worthy. Worthy it came up so much for me. It came up as I was speaking to different people in my work. Worthy has just been this huge one. So it comes back to what I said at the beginning, the negating of who we are because people think we need looking after because we're special or because we can't do things. So we need to see for us what we want to do and use different wording. When you think about, I can't do this, or this will slam me, shift your wording. Hear what you're saying. Hear your restrictions that you're placing on yourself, which means you've allowed those other people to place those restrictions on you as well. hear those restrictions and change your wording and say, I choose not to do that. I choose not to go there. I choose to be in love. I choose to walk on the beach. I choose to do my shopping. I choose to do it all with love. Can you see the power? The power in choosing, and the negating that you do to yourself in thinking that you can't? As thoughts for you. Hopefully my recording will come up so that you can come back to this. I'm just going to look at my notes. So you know a little. Oh yes, you're right, Dawn. I can do that. I'm just going to write that down. Dawn just asked if I could talk more about. I can do a meditation on the link. I'm just going to write that, the link of home to me as I go out, because that would then gift you with the visual of that a bit more. Okay. Yeah, I found a quote. These are all things that came up when I said I was going to talk to you about this. I don't know if you know of Ralph Waldo Emerson. He was around in a lot of shift time, probably in the 100 years ago, probably. So being yourself in a world that's constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Being yourself in a world that's constantly trying to quantify you, to box you up, to say, come over here and be free, but be like me to be free. Happens all the time. And yes, I did talk about this a little. A major new pattern that you can see and that you can do is to just see other beings with love. Not your love. Don't use your love, because it is yours and you maybe don't want to love them. Man, that's the biggest shift you can make. When someone's annoying you, I got a potty mouth, so I got to really think about what I say sometimes. But when someone gets in your face and they're annoying, if you can just defocus your eyes, look at them. That's what I'm doing now. I've just defocused my eyes. I'm looking at the camera, and just ask for universal love to track through your heart, on your breath, and then you see them with love. Now you know what will happen. You don't know what will happen. They might look at you like, what on earth are you doing? They might change their tack, they might go away. But if you're looking at something and it's annoying you, as soon as you know it's annoying you, shift it. Remember your love bubbles on your breath, universal love on your breath, and breathe love. It's just, and you know what? If you can't do it, stop looking. If it's someone you're interacting with, like at work or something like that, just say, oh, can you give me a minute? And go away, go to the toilet, build up your love focus and come back. There's ways that you can go about it. There's ways. I'm just going to look at my other notes. I did write some things. Oh, yes. This is big, actually. And it's a whole, yes, I'm coming up to 50 minutes. I'm just going to give you this as a thought, because I think this is another whole talk. Something that us sensitive people do is we accidentally, and this is a mass blanket statement, so forgive me for it, but we constantly put other people above us. We don't mean to, and I bet you don't even think that you're doing it. So when you're looking at someone on social media, not horrible social media, just, you know, in a spiritual group or somewhere that you're at, and they say something that's been channeled, and you think, that's a powerful, wow, how come I don't get that? How come I get this and they get to do that? Go on, you tell me you haven't done that before, that you haven't been this little tiny bit annoyed that you've got all of this skill, you've got all of this power in you, and you haven't been the person that said that thing or got famous for that thing. Well, shift it around and think about the power of the universe, and think about the fact that we all have a part to play, and that person said that thing so that you could hear it. So you are spiritually connected because you were there and you did hear it. It's kind of like a sermon. Sorry, I'll step back. Do you get that? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Because for me, once I saw that, because I really, really love the power of collaboration and the power of co-creation, and not the power of competition. I think competition keeps us in the old. And I'm a strong sign. I'm a Scorpio. I'm a strong person. So competition has been something that I've had to dilute and neutralize. So now I see it more and I understand it more. And it moves me back away from places where there's competition. Places where people talk loudly about their winnings. And yeah, it's just something that my heart doesn't enjoy. And it makes me feel less than. So I move away. Yes. Dawn, you're right. We aren't competitive. I mean, I must say, in my marriage, I was competitive with my husband a lot, but that's just two kids getting to know each other. Hi, Tamika. Yes, I agree. So think about the power of you being in the right place at the right time and hearing that thing, because you are powerful. And in some places, you're not required for that download. People download things so that the mass can have it. I download things sometimes and I just send it out into my field. I don't always do it, but sometimes if I get some really big stuff, it comes in and I sit with it and I go, is this for me? And it's not. So I just push it out into my field with my breath and with my love bubbles, and it goes free. It goes free for that person that couldn't download it, but that can just pluck it out of the air and use it. Now we're really close to coming up to the hour, and I really wanted to do this Anahata Code with you. It was probably maybe 6 years ago. I met a beautiful lady called Holly, and we just gelled. She's like a sister, definitely one of those moments where you know that you've got a soul sister happening. And she had spent a lot of time downloading heart codes and making them into an intuited system that people could use. Because you know, when you quantify something with your brain, it's not always what your divine source wanted you to figure. But when you intuit a source code, it's the perfect code. And that's why Worthy has been sitting with me. I've intuited codes for people and I'm like, wow, that just is a bit random. But the person goes, no, it's perfect. It's like probably pulling oracle cards or tarot cards. And the Anahata Codes, what do? They actually land, you given the intention and you allow for them to land in your heart library, which I feel that's where we keep all of our secret information to allow us to grow here. They land in your heart library and they open the next book for you, or they neutralize an old pain, or they allow you to see something new. That's what they do. They're magic. I've had so much fun working with them. Yes, Scorpio, I just saw that, Janetta. Hail all Scorpios. Yeah, we're not soft, gentle people at all, hey? And also you and I have, I'm sidetracking, but you and I have strong names. Like Linda is, even though in Spanish and Portuguese and Brazilian it means beautiful, it's a very strong name in numerology and working with the alphabet. And so yeah, having a strong name and being a Scorpio means we can be strong. Okay, back to the heart library. So what these codes do is always with love. Anahata means love, heart, a lot of different ones, but that's pretty much what it means. And they land in your heart. They cannot land with negativity. So if it's fronting something like worthiness, which could be negative, it's actually giving and offering the positive. Okay, so we do a couple of things. Are you all okay to do this code with me? You don't need to write it. You can just say yes. And if you don't, then just don't do it. Just listen. But your intention is just to walk along. Allow me to bring this code in and transmit it to you. I don't do anything. I'm the conduit here. I'll just have water. That's one step to take if you're going to do some spiritual work. Have some water. So what we do with the code is allow it to land in our heart. That's your only thing you need to do, is breathe, hold yourself with love, be comfortable, and pop your right hand. I think you're seeing me in reverse, so have a think, put your right hand over your heart chakra and your left hand up in the air, palm up, so as that you're receiving something in your palm. And just breathe, and I will do all the work for us. I've just got to find where I wrote the numbers because I've lost that bit of paper. The messy girl. Okay, beautiful beings. So you're all comfortable. You've got your right hand on your heart chakra, left hand up in the air, breathing peacefully. Rest your elbow somewhere if it's easy, or just sit still and be happy. Big breath in. Now just breathe naturally for you. Don't try hard with your breath, and listen to my voice and allow. That's your work here, is just to allow this to come about. We ask for, align with, and allow this beautiful Anahata Code. With gratitude and love, we activate the love-based emotion of worthy. 33962 4685. 33962 4685. 33962 4685. 33962 4685. 33962 4685. 33962 4685. 33962 4685. Now place your left hand over your heart chakra with your right. Take a deep breath in and loudly whoosh it out. Take another deep breath in, and on the out breath say out loud if you can, or just inside, it is done, it is so, and whoosh any negative away. And sit with this, just sit still and breathe and be until it's done, and the worthiness aligning will happen. I would love it if you felt like typing how you felt. I don't know if you know it, but at the bottom of my screen, I get to see all of your beautiful faces while you're here. It's just a joy. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, yay. Oh, hi, Indy. I didn't see you here. Yes, I'm glad that landed. So just sit still. Allow. Just allow. Oh, God, you're gorgeous. Thank you for letting me know how you feel. That one landed for me again, and I've activated it at least 3 times in the last 10 days. It's a big one. It's a big one. Actually, just while you're coming back, I was listening to Dr. Cindy, and I meant to look up her last name. She's in Hawaii, and I just was looking for talks to do while I would just sit and be in the evening. And I'll just come back to you on that, Dawn. Dawn was talking about worthiness, straight up. Just there's the talk I found. She didn't call it that, but inside of it, it was about worthiness. The numbers are, the numbers have been downloaded from source, and like I said, they just fell into my heart when I saw them. I knew that I had to have them in my life, and I still work around with Holly. We have our different worlds, but yeah, she was talking to a guy who talked to rocks and different geological formations about their numbers, and they aligned with hers. It's just so powerful. That's their song. I know that's their song. I get that. And so for me to translate this song so that our heart can hear it, it just shows me the universe has got our back. Like we made this journey so that we could live a good life here. And I want you to live a good life here. That's my purpose here, I'm sure. So my next live, and I wanted to thank you guys for being here. Thank you for those who have offered exchanges to me in the form of donations. It's just such a blessing to hear that you appreciate my work and what I offer you. And my next live is going to be actually my Saturday, which if you're in the Northern Hemisphere is your Friday night. Thank you, gorgeous being. That's beautiful, Geneva. Thanks. So on Saturday, my Saturday, same time, so your Friday, same time, I'm looking at keeping that as a regular, just do weekly so that I can cover stuff that you want me to cover. And you know pretty much now I always channel it. So my next one's on telepathing with animals. Does your dog speak to you? Yes, of course it does. So have a think about that if you can join. And it's another meditation I want to work on, but I'll go through it with you there, because it's just to be able to speak to your critter and know that they hear you. Like your receiving may not be so good in the beginning, so that's what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to do those meditations that we talked about. Thanks, Tamika, and thank you, gorgeous beings, for sharing your energy with me. That's lovely. And there was one other thing that popped in that I wanted to say out loud. Nope, I can't remember it. So, I am doing what I said to you. My heart's beating. My breath is sending love bubbles out into the air. And I can feel the link from here. I can feel myself as a relay tower, sharing love and lifting Earth's energy this way. It feels like one thing that we can do that's not judging another, that's not trying to fix another. We're just being love. Sounds a bit profound, doesn't it? And it's true. Any questions? And chickens, April, absolutely. And cows. I have so many stories. I've just amazing. I've enjoyed my work with animals, and I actually, at one stage, I'm not going to go over the hour, I promised myself. At one stage I thought I might use that as a job, but it wasn't to be. I wasn't going to be the famous animal interpreter. Oh, thank you, Faye. I appreciate your love. So I actually spoke to a worm. I've spoken to most of the little critters as well. I've spoken to critters that actually gave me poems for children, and I turned it into a book, an interactive colouring in book. It's so much fun. Again, I need to probably upgrade that and get it up on a PDF somewhere so that kids can have it to colour in. A spider, I've had spider conversations. Critters are great. They just want us humans to get with the program. Okay, I am going to go a little early, unless you have a question. I have so enjoyed this. I'm so pumped. I have such a lot of fun doing these, so I'll come back. And I'm pretty sure inside timer, you can message me. So if you have a thought about what you would like me to speak about on another live, if I run out of ideas, which is probably unlikely, let me know. I love you all. Yes, I'll see you on your Friday night and my Saturday morning on animals, on the beautiful critters. I'm going to end it here, gorgeous beings. Sending you love. Take care now, won't you? I've got to find the right button. I've lost it. I always lose it, don't I? Come over there, you. Goodbye. This is from Linda to you with lots of love. Thank you. I've enjoyed spending my energy time with you. See you soon. Mwah. Bye-bye.